It's been 6 months since I uploaded a painting video, so I got busy. Hi, I'm Ollie and welcome to the channel, and over the last 3 weeks I've been painting 3,000 points of Iron Hands. Now I've only got one tactical squad left, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you how I get them done so quickly. So we can go from this to this. The list of paints are in the description below if you'd like to follow along, and I estimate a 10-man tactical squad will take us roughly an hour start to finish, perfect for an evening's painting. Step 1 is to prime all of your models black. I don't have any footage of me priming my minis, as I did them all at once, but I recommend Halfords Black Surface Primer if you're in the UK. Make sure to spray from underneath to get any hidey holes. Once that's done, we're going to dry brush the models all over with lead Belcher. This is going to do so much for these black models. The flat areas will gain a bit of a battle damage look, the hard edge will become fake highlighted, and it will pick out all the raised details we need to paint later. I'm only giving sergeants and characters white helmets, and with this being a speed painting guide, I'll show you how to do it really fast. First, we're going to base coat any white areas with a matte white, and once that's fully dry, we'll add a careful layer of Apothecary white contrast paint from Citadel. I also based any plasma weapon coils white for later. Also, while the white is on your palette, drop a dot into each of the eye sockets of all of your marines. While the white is drying, we'll go back to our lead Belcher, painting in the metal of the weapon casings, the cables and the vents on the backpack, and also the chest straps. On your sergeants, you'll also want to do the power sword. While the silver area is dry, we can swap to Khorne Red and pick out all the connecting pipes on all of the models, and any slings or leather. Once you've done all the red, switch to your Talasar blue and dot in the eyes of all your models. Start with your sergeant and use your super steady hand, and smaller brush if you prefer to avoid any overspill. The basic marines with the black helmets will be more forgiving. For a bit more visual interest, we're going to add some gold details with Runelord brass. We're looking at specifically the dangly trinkets on the bolters, the trim of the halo on the boxcaster, and the handle of the sergeant's sword. Last two paints before basing, we're going to go for Hexwraith Flame on the sergeant's plasma pistol, carefully filling in those areas we covered with white, and we're also going to go back to our Talasar blue for that power sword, avoiding the handle and the gold details. Congratulations, we're on to basing. If you have a base theme in mind, then totally skip this part, but if you want to see how we achieve a blasted wasteland look, just follow along. Cover all the bases with a generous layer of texture paint Stirland mud. I use an old army painter regiment brush for this, but use whatever's easiest for you. Wait for it to completely dry, then give it a good dry brush of Rakath flesh. Whilst you have the Rakath flesh out, base coat carefully the skull on the voxcaster too. Give your models an all-over wash of Agrax Earthshade. I find it easier to start from the bottom and work your way up, but so long as everything's getting an even wash and there's no pooling, you're fine. Let it totally dry and give it another dry brush of Rakath flesh and paint the base rims black. Finally, we're adding the finishing touches. Apply some white hand decals to the left shoulders, and using a little dab of super glue, add your dead grass tufts of choice. Before we call it totally finished, we're going to add another layer of the Talasar blue to the power sword and the Hexwraith Flame to the plasma. And after a couple of coats of matte varnish, we are left with a completed 10-man tactical squad of Mark 6 Marine, ready to purge Isfan 3 of the traitor legions. The great news is this method works for all units, so you should be seeing on screen now a closer look at everything I've painted over the last 3 weeks. If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you found it useful. If you want to help us, feel free to like and share. If you change anything, leave a comment and let me know. There's also a link below to our Discord server. We'd love to see what you're working on. Thanks again for watching,